Sunday, July 21st, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 2019. Guys, in this video, we're going to start here at poweroutage.us, where you can see there's 9 states currently under some sort of power outage event, whether it be major or minor. Major being red color, yellow being minor. There are 9 states ranging anywhere from 392,000 customers without electricity in Michigan, 118,000 customers without electricity in Wisconsin alone. Between those two, over 500,000. So combined between all of the states dealing with power outages, and these are just the ones that are dealing with major and minor events. If we go up to Maine, you can see there's over 8,000 customers in Maine alone that's without electricity. That's 10 states. So we're looking at a large portion of the eastern half of the United States dealing with some sort of power outages. 600,000 plus customers, that's over 1 million people, and that's just a conservative estimate. If you say each household has 2 people that live in it, well, that's 1.2 million people, so it's probably more than 1 million, probably closer to 2 million people without electricity right now as I do this video. But in this video, what I wanted to show you guys, I wanted to show you what caused these power outages. Yesterday it was the high winds from the big storms that went through. But one thing I noticed over Kansas and Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska yesterday here at the Ghost 16 was something quite remarkable. 2 storms merged right over basically the Iowa-Nebraska line. I've got it on video. Right there's a part of it. You could see the tail end of it, or actually when it began, and it's already re-looped. So it's looped off of here, but I did record it. I want to share with you guys. 2 storms merged right there. One moves from east to west, and one comes from west to east. They form a line, join, and turn into one large storm. And here it is right here. It's really unique, and it looks like underneath these 2 storms, a triangle craft is sitting in the sky. You can't make this stuff up. So here's the 2 storms from yesterday, and these are one of many that created a lot of those power outages that we're seeing. But I want you to pay attention. Let me stop this right here. This is the storm that's moving from the east. It's going to merge with this storm that's moving from the west. I've never really seen anything quite like this. This storm here is the size of, say, the state of Georgia. This storm here is the size of the state of Missouri. I mean, they're both huge. Watch this. They're going to form a line and join and become one. Now watch it again. I'm going to play it in a little slower format, and you're going to see what looks like a triangle right there, and I'm going to compare it to other triangles that we've received from viewers from all over the world, and I'm going to compare it to what you see right there. I'm going to adjust the color. It becomes more clear. And you're going to see right above that triangle, those storms merge. See it right there? Watch this. It's incredible. I have never seen storms do that. Just amazing. There's the triangle right there. And I'm going to show you examples, pictures that people have sent me that match up with that nearly perfectly. Not a perfect match, but it's pretty close. Okay. Here's the triangle craft, and this is a triangle craft that was observed, or at least the outline of that, Northern Illinois. That was sent in by Jimmy. And you can see it's a very close match with what you're seeing here in between these 2 very large storms that combined and became one storm. Look at that. It's nearly a perfect match. That was sent in by Jimmy from up around, I think around the Kankakee area. There's a close-up view of what Jimmy observed up in the sky, in the clouds, all by itself. Here's another example of a triangle in the sky that's very similar to what you're seeing right there. But what's interesting about that is it became visible for just a few minutes, and then these 2 storms formed what looked like a bridge and then became one large storm right above that triangle craft. It was really cool. Check it out. You're going to see another close-up view in a slightly different format. And to me, it's pretty apparent that that's what that was. These things are amazing. Honestly, I've seen 2 of them myself. Wasn't even looking for them. That's an example of what looks like a triangle craft. I'm not saying that it is. Here you go. Here's a different format. I've converted this into like not an X-ray, but a negative format of some sort, and adjusted it just a little bit. Didn't alter the video in any way, but adjusted the lighting and color. And you can see what looks like a triangle craft right there. And I compare it to one that was sent in right there I've had that one for probably 6 months. That was observed up in the sky above the Netherlands. And there's a close-up view of the one that I just showed you from the Netherlands. But it looks very similar to that one right there in the different format. Here's another triangle craft that looks very similar. Not identical, but it's pretty close. Yes, I understand it would have to be very large to show up like that. I understand, but that could be just the water vapor or the clouds, whatever, around this thing. Here it is right there. Let me back it up. Right. I'm going to try it right there. You can see it sitting there. See it right there? Look at that. Almost looks like a space shuttle type of a craft. And it kind of disappears, and then these two form a bridge. You're going to see right above where that triangle machine was right there. That's exactly where it was sitting. They form a bridge and become one large, very large storm. There's another example of a triangle craft that was spotted above Great Britain. Right there, I've had that about probably 6 months as well. Pretty obvious. Here it is side by side, comparing this with a photograph that someone observed of what looks like a triangle craft in the sky. So just a unique observation, guys. I've never seen a storm like that, number one. And I've not, number two, never seen a craft like that parked between two very, very large storms that were on a collision course with each other that ultimately formed one giant storm. So there it is. I'll obviously leave it up to you guys to decide, but it was pretty obvious to me once I saw it. At first, I got to be honest, I didn't see it. I was looking at the clouds as they were going towards each other, and I was very surprised at their behavior. And then once I looked below that like little bridge, like right there it is, you can see it. There you go. See the triangle craft? Unbelievable. Then a bridge formed right over it. Watch. Whatever you want to call it, some sort of a conduit. They formed right there. They connect and form one large storm. Just incredible. But that wasn't the storm that was responsible for all of these power outages that we're seeing today. Still on the board here. And again, there's over 600,000 customers without electricity right now as I do this video. But it's not that storm that I just showed you. There's a series of other storms that went through yesterday. You can see all of the reports here at hailreports.com. And these are just the reports that came in. This is by no means all of the reports, but you can see it's very consistent with the power outage map. See, they line up pretty good. There's even power outages in Florida. Look at that, 13,000, and some of those are from today. There's been some heavy weather today, but not as much as yesterday. But most of what you see here is from yesterday, and they're still trying to get this electricity back on. They are having some success, but when the winds are blowing above 40, I think it's above 35 or 40 miles per hour, the linemen can't get up in the buckets to repair the lines. It's just not safe. So I don't know how much longer the power is going to be out, but that is a lot of customers without electricity from these very strong storms that have been moving through the area. I wanted to show you an example of a storm that went through, of all places, Maine. I took a screenshot of this yesterday as this supposedly spawned some sort of a possible tornado, and it produced very heavy rainfall at 80 decibels. I mean, 50 decibels is high. 50 decibels, that's 80 that I saw over Maine. Just unbelievable. Here's another sample I took from that storm system that created a severe thunderstorm warning over Maine. See this screenshot that I took? This is from yesterday. And there are 8,100 without electricity in Maine from this area here, from that storm that was very, very tall, very dense, and it contained a lot of wind. And usually when they have those types of numbers, they're pretty much capable of anything with regard to hail, high winds, straight line winds, and of course very heavy downpours. But right now there's over 8,000 people without electricity in Maine. So pretty much every state east of the Mississippi River is dealing with some sort of a power outage. Very unusual, never really seen anything quite like it. New Hampshire's sitting pretty good. 49 customers without electricity, but everywhere else, look at Pennsylvania, over 10,000, New York, 23,000, Ohio, over 10,000, Indiana, 12,000. Again, Michigan, unbelievable, nearly 400,000 customers without electricity. All right, guys, that's all I got for now. I found those storms very, very unique. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.